They're just a stone's throw away from the record. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he goes across the 20 to the 22. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
From the 22, Watson completes this one to Meredith. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Watson. He finds his man, Sky Moore. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson to the right side. It's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out on the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
On 1st down, it's Watson. And this will be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Gets it to Meredith, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 29-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Watson escaping the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll set up to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let it go for Ivory. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Watson now to throw. Quick slant here to Smith.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
That's to Mitchell out of the backfield. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. He'll keep it himself. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now.
Holding offense.
So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give him the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there? Because I was. I definitely was.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. This is fielded at the 27. So here are the Browns to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Better than a 30-yard gain as we're running down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Toronto in possession of the football. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. They're going to look to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to get it back here just past the 35. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
After the interception, here's Watson. Wide open receiver, complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Three yards remain for 2nd down. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Watson. He's going to... And now a fumble. The ball's out. And picked up by the Chargers. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. And he is going to lose yardage here. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now a give left side, Brown with it. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
We need to block in the back. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid him, picking up a 1st down.
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson going out wide, finds Chubb. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback.
And he loses the football a second time. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Gray. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. On 2nd and goal, here's the option. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. They begin this drive with Chubb, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run it again with Chubb. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Watson. And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety.
4 sacks and a safety already. If you gave your coach those numbers in an entire game, he'd be ecstatic. Getting that type of production in less than a half of football, that goes beyond anything they expected coming in.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. It's taken to the 26. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Carlton Davis speeds in for the sack on the corner blitz.
Well, Butler, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this pass caught by Gray. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 9 yards that time. The Chargers hit 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Draw play for Brown. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Back to throw here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. So they're now 3 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now back to throw. Able to find Gray here. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and with it, they have taken the lead. So add 3, all told, after the safety, it's a 5-point swing. But that could have turned out much worse.
Well, you don't want to say no harm, no foul, but I do believe you're right. A 9-point swing hurts. 5 points, much more manageable, especially in a tight game like this.
Fields it right around the goal line. The Browns drive about to get started. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The final shot before the break, Watson. He's going to look deep for more. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll start in the AFC with 2 of the more dynamic offenses in recent memory. Kansas City taking on Pittsburgh. And that one at the half with the scoreline of 21-10. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes. From there, we head to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. The Saints looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they have the lead in that one over.
A no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told him, guys, if he wants to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And again, it's Chubb. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Watson on 3rd down. It's caught. Smith. And he is going to have the Browns first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. On 2nd and 9, Watson flushed out right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Now it's Watson. That's complete to Meredith. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. And what they're is going to open up the middle of the field. As they'll shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, get right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. And he was able to run free after the catch.
Chubb will get the call running left. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the 50, it's Watson. He's got Smith here. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Got his man complete, Moore. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Back to throw, Watson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Browns are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the first and goal.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, then maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit, a great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A gigantic sack on third and goal. A loss of 12. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
And this one is right down Broadway. And this game is tied. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. 2nd and 9 now. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's Watson. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Final minute now in the third quarter. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gray. And he is going to have the Chargers' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Brown going up the middle. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Gray. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. They'll set up a throw. It's complete. This is Starks. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Cleveland offense making their way out. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. They'll try the air now with Watson. Over the middle to Smith. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And there we are in the 4th quarter partner to watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. A give. This is Chubb. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A shotgun snap for Watson. Steps, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be, trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
Toronto's offense ready to take over.
They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
And
look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And his kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. And we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game, because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
The Chargers ready to take over. Well, the bad news, they had the turnover last time. The good news, their defense only surrendered 3. So now we are set up for a great finish, all tied here in the 4th.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll go option to the short side. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. And the Toronto 1st down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. It's complete to Brown, right side.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one to the post.
So now it's Watson and the Browns. Down 11-8, 1:04 on the clock. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Watson to throw. Dancing to his left. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Watson. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. Here's Watson. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Watson. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. Well, Charles, I mean, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.
So for our visitors, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town.